Ladies and gentlemen, from all indications, it is very clear that Rigathi Gachagua might combine efforts with Rigathi Gachagua as a ticket to face President William Ruto in 2027. And this might happen regardless of the discussions that will take place or the formula that will be used by the other opposition leaders with regards to agreeing who is going to be the flag bearer. But also, from the way things are, it's not a bad combination. Why? Kalonzo Musyoka has been leadership for quite some time. He has a region that he controls, he has a party, and he also has character. Rigathi Gachagua has numbers, he is a very serious campaigner, and of course, track record, plus also, ladies and gentlemen, he's financially stable. So when you look at these aspects, it's not a bad combination to face President William Ruto. And let me tell you that it will be a threat. It will be a threat to President William Ruto seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a combination that whether we like it or not, it will be in the government that is going to be formed in 2027. It will be there. Now, why is it that they could not settle on the western region plus the Mount Kenya, or the western region plus the eastern part? It's because the western region, as we speak today, William Ruto has all the political bigwigs behind him. Let's talk of Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, Moses Wetangula, Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi. Ladies and gentlemen, plus Raila Amolo Odinga, that means you cannot bank on getting more than 50% or even 50% of the Western Kenya votes to the opposition side. Unless things change, the opposition do very aggressive politics and use a lot of money, because we know what money can do in the Kenyan politics, especially in Western Kenya. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are some of the advantages of this team, Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua, have on the ballot when it comes to the 2027 general election against President William Ruto? Number one, these people have numbers. In the sense that Rigathi Gachagua coming with 5.2 million votes, of course, Kalonzo Musyoka with his 2.5. Whichever the formation, whether Rigathi Gachagua is the presidential candidate or Kalonzo Musyoka is the presidential candidate and the other to be the running mate, that is a very strong starting base in 2027. And I'm telling you, whether we like it or not, this combination will be in the government after 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, those numbers can be able to be added on, because we know very well they can go for a prime minister position from any of these regions in the country. And as a result, they will seriously get good numbers that will challenge President William Ruto at the ballot. Number two, this team, it's a campaign team. Having Rigathi Gachagua alone is able to counter William Ruto and his men entirely. Because Rigathi Gachagua, in not one occasion but severally, he has proven to President William Ruto that he cannot defeat him when it comes to the orator skills. William Ruto goes to Western Kenya for 6 days. Rigathi Gachagua takes 6 minutes to bring down President William Ruto's efforts in Western Kenya. A clear indication that Rigathi Gachagua is a serious campaigner. In the Eastern region, we know that, of course, Kalonzo Musyoka can be able to campaign seriously and get his almost more than 2.1 million votes on his side. That is a clear indication that these people will not be easy to deal with in 2027 with regard to facing President William Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, assuming that the other opposition people agree unanimously to support them, these people are going to take out President William Ruto out of power completely. They are going to take him home. Because if the opposition leaders like Matiang'i brings the 2 million votes from the Gusii region, and then we get also Wamalo bringing on board some votes from Western Kenya, Natembeya also adding to the basket, Edwin Sifuna as well, it's done. It's done. And then you add Mohamed Ali from the coastal region. Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto will go home. Now, as we speak today, some of you could be asking, what is the financial ability of Rigathi Gachagua to stage a national campaign for a presidential election comparing to William Ruto's money that he has for 2027? Rigathi Gachagua, we know very well that he's a very good campaigner and a political strategist. As you'll be expecting him to pump a lot of money across the country, this gentleman will pump money that will be able to take care of comfortably the entire Mount Kenya region. Lock it completely. And ensure that the 5.2 million votes are on their side. Plus the ones that are going to come on board. Like now we know very well, they are going to register more, probably to 7 or 8 million, as they have said before. So ladies and gentlemen, if he campaigns and fully uses money to ensure that the Mount Kenya votes are locked behind whoever becomes their flag bearer, either him or Kalonzo Musyoka, ladies and gentlemen, already Rigathi Gachagua shall have achieved a lot. Now, we know William Ruto will pump a lot of money. But if Rigathi Gachagua is left to deal with Mount Kenya, I don't think he can be able to surpass what Rigathi Gachagua is able to do. Secondly, Kalonzo Musyoka to bring some also money on board, to be able at least to get the agents paid. Ladies and gentlemen, and at least be able to propel their campaigns, their movement from one place to another. Then it is done. Financially, in the mountain region, Rigathi Gachagua can comfortably take care of it. But if there's a weakness they have, then it is the finance, in that they cannot be able to take care of the entire country campaign unless Uhuru Kenyatta, Mount Kenya billionaires, plus many other people, other partners come on board to fund them. And of course, that is what happens to all other presidential candidates except President William Ruto this time around, because it seems he's well much oiled. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that this team has, it is the members of parliament. When you have members of parliament around you, there is a strong perception they create that you are strong. That is very essential when it comes to the presidential campaign. I'm very sure right now, even Dr. Okengo Fred Matiang'i is yearning to have members of parliament flagging him. Whenever he's going to a place, he has a number of 10, 15 by his side. That is very crucial. And when you have members of parliament by your side, you are able to penetrate to various parts of this country and lock votes for yourself. So therefore, the members of parliament with Kalonzo Musyoka, as we speak today, they are very crucial. Apart from that, if in 2027 they win more members of parliament, whether we like it or not, they are going to have a big say in the National Assembly. And of course, I'm waiting the National Assembly of 2027. I hope it is going to be the most fruitful one, because we are going to have huge opposition towards the government policies to ensure at least this government, or the government of the day, has delivered to the people of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, as I quoted, these people could be having weaknesses. And number one weakness, it is a scenario where they agree to be a ticket and then they disregard either their scientific methods or the agreement or maybe the suggestions from other opposition leaders. In a scenario where Dr. Okengo Fred Matiang'i and maybe Eugene or someone else decides to go it independent, but I feel strongly that if Matiang'i decides to go independent without working with the Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua, that will be a threat, in that some votes that were supposed to go to them will be able, of course, to be divided. But one thing I want to tell is this. If Rigathi Gachagua goes with Kalonzo Musyoka, Dr. Okengo Fred Matiang'i goes independent, after the 2027 general election, the first round, there will be no 50+1. And that means we're going to have a runoff. Now, in the runoff, either Rigathi Gachagua will be the top, or their ticket will be at the top, that one of Matiang'i or of William Ruto. It depends on who does his campaigns well. Ladies and gentlemen, still now, whether Rigathi Gachagua is second or third with his team, and whether Matiang'i is first or second, or whoever takes the number 1 and 2, I know will need Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka immensely. Hence the reason as to why I've said that Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua ticket must be part of the coming government of 2027. I don't know what is your take as far as my analysis is concerned, but based on all indications, Rigathi Gachagua, they are going to work with Kalonzo Musyoka. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abel Mukwa.